I think there's a great American philosopher that we all know and love who said that I don't mind dying, I just don't want to be there when it happens. And, you know, until today I was thinking, you know, I always use that as a joke to say, but I realize actually that he's incredibly prophetic and accurate, because we all don't want to be there when it happens, and actually it happens thousands of times in a lifetime, in all little, many, many ways, and we're not there when it happens. We're not there. It's really funny, but it actually is not funny at all. It's quite profound. So there's something about music, that thing I said at the beginning about diving into the realm of being. There's something about listening and music and being that are interconnected. And when I found out that the in utero, the first human sense to come in 24 weeks is hearing. It's the first one of the 5 senses. Isn't that interesting? And then I heard that the last one to go before we die, that's been absolutely documented and proven, is hearing. And to me, what it says is, you know, I think of life in terms of omens and icons and archetypes, and I think that that is an iconic statement of the primary nature of listening and source. It's almost like listening is like the first big bang, the vibration of the world. That vibration is a vehicle through which presence, being, source comes through to us in this world. And music is one of those places. I have this great quote that I love using. I find it here. So long as the human spirit thrives on this planet, music in some living form will accompany and sustain it and give it expressive meaning. We all know how it makes us feel. There's this experience of music like that gives us a soft pedal or a sort of a shock absorber into the experiences of life. And what I've learned is that when you listen to these conversations that Graceful Passages, for example, talks about, accompanied by music, somehow the things we can't or don't want to talk about or think about become somehow more tolerable. We take it in somehow, like the medicine in the sugar base or something. It's the honey that brings us into a knowing of its truth. So there's all kinds of music that can serve in that role, and I'm really a stand for the power of music and the arts as a tool for integration of heart and spirit and mind. And when a year after Graceful Passages was released, I went to Jeremy. I said, Dr. Jeremy, do you believe, it's no question of its applicable use in the end-of-life arena and in coming to a place of acceptance and palliative soothing around facing the end of life and all that. And all I wanted to do is spend the next 50 years helping that world come to greater ease and acceptance through the use of music, I'd have my hands full. But I said, don't you think that the cancer world, if there was an aesthetic and soothing and useful way to enter into this territory of exploring that which is common for everyone on this planet, which is that we will all go one day. Wouldn't that be a useful way for psychoneuroimmunologists to, I can't believe a musician said that. Wouldn't that be a powerful thing to know that there was a way to address covert and overt fears that might in some way be interfering in our immune system's capacity to rally for a disease? That what if there was such a profound fear that we're not even aware of it because it's the sea we live in? And what if music and wisdom keepers of the world could make us come to greater peace in accepting the possibility of something that will already happen, that we all sooner or later have to come to peace with anyway? So Jeremy said, well, actually, I totally agree, because he's, you know, one of the most enlightened oncologists I've ever met. And he said, because my definition of healing is, and then he said this sentence that has rocked my world. He said, my definition of healing is, true healing is focused action and intention, which is everything we do to heal ourselves overtly, wrapped in the arms of surrender. When I heard that, I never heard such a succinct way of defining a recipe for living life in the present moment with gratitude and a regard for the preciousness that this gift of life is.